The massive screens in Earth's Global Defense Command Center lit up with unprecedented energy signatures. Admiral James Marcus stood frozen, his coffee cup halfway to his mouth, as he watched the readings climb higher than anything humanity had ever recorded. "Sir, we're detecting multiple objects entering the solar system," reported Officer Tom Wilson, his fingers flying across the holographic display. "They're moving at speeds we've never seen before." The room fell silent as hundreds of ships emerged from what appeared to be tiers in space itself. Their dark hulls gleamed against the backdrop of stars, each vessel larger than Earth's biggest cities. "Get me the World Council. Now." Admiral Marcus's voice remained steady, masking the concern that gripped his chest. Within minutes, the emergency broadcast system activated across every nation on Earth. The alien fleet maintained its position just beyond Mars' orbit. Their formation was perfect, too perfect to be anything but a show of force. Earth's military satellites and defense platforms automatically tracked the vessels, but everyone knew their weapons would be useless against ships of that size. Then came the message. It appeared simultaneously on every screen, in every language, across every device on Earth. The translation was perfect, which made it even more terrifying. "To the governing bodies of planet Earth, you are hereby notified of your incorporation into the Galactic Empire. Resistance is both futile and unnecessary. Your civilization has reached the threshold of space travel. As per Imperial law, you will now be integrated into our society. Prepare your leaders for arrival of the Imperial delegation within one planetary rotation." The World Council gathered in their underground chamber in Geneva. Representatives from every nation sat in tense silence as reports flooded in. The alien ships hadn't moved, but their presence had already caused worldwide panic. Dr. Lisa Reed, head of Earth's Quantum Research Division, rushed into the chamber clutching a tablet. "Council members, you need to see this," she announced, her voice trembling with excitement rather than fear. "We've been scanning the alien fleet. Their technology. It's advanced, yes, but it's completely different from what we've been developing." She projected a hologram showing complex energy patterns. They use a form of faster-than-light travel based on space manipulation. But their computing systems, their energy generation, they're all based on conventional physics. They don't use quantum technology at all. General Robert Baker leaned forward. "What exactly are you saying, Doctor?" "I'm saying that while they're advanced in some ways, they're behind us in others. Our quantum computing networks, our energy shields, they're completely different from anything they have. They probably can't even detect these technologies because they work on principles their sensors don't recognize." The council chamber erupted in whispers. Earth had been developing quantum technology in secret for decades, hidden away in underground facilities. While the rest of the world thought they were working on conventional weapons, the scientists had been pushing the boundaries of quantum mechanics. "Order." The council president's voice cut through the noise. "Dr. Reed, are you suggesting we might have a chance against them?" "More than a chance," she replied. "Their ships are impressive, but they're predictable. Our quantum systems could run circles around their computers. And if they can't detect our technology, they won't see us coming." Admiral Marcus stepped forward. "Madam President, I recommend we play along for now. Let them think we're just another primitive world. Meanwhile, we can activate our quantum defense grid and prepare our countermeasures." The president nodded slowly. "Agreed. We'll welcome their delegation tomorrow, but we'll be ready." As the council members left to prepare their respective nations, Dr. Reed stayed behind with Admiral Marcus. They watched the alien fleet through the quantum-enhanced telescope feed. "They think they're gods," Dr. Reed said quietly, "coming here in their massive ships, expecting us to bow down in awe." Admiral Marcus smiled grimly. "They forgot something important about humans. We don't bow easily. And we're very good at keeping secrets," Dr. Reed added, thinking of the vast quantum defense network hidden beneath every major city on Earth. The next 24 hours would change everything. But as the alien fleet hung in space, unaware of the quantum web slowly activating around Earth, one thing became clear. Humanity wasn't about to become another conquered world in some alien empire. They had prepared for this moment without even knowing it. And the Galactic Empire was about to learn a harsh lesson about underestimating Earth. The Imperial delegation's ship descended through Earth's atmosphere like a falling star. It landed in the center of the specially prepared area outside Geneva, its silver hull towering over the gathered world leaders. The ship was smaller than the fleet vessels, but still impressive, about the size of a small office building. The Imperial ambassador emerged with his entourage. They wore sleek uniforms that seemed to shift colors in the sunlight. The ambassador, tall and humanoid with pale blue skin, carried himself with the confidence of someone used to instant obedience. "I am High Ambassador Lord Walker," he announced, using their universal translator. The name was clearly chosen to sound familiar to Earth ears. "I bring greetings from the Emperor himself." The World Council President stepped forward. "Welcome to Earth, Ambassador. We are honored by your presence." The words were diplomatic, carefully masking humanity's true intentions. Inside the council chamber, the ambassador's demands became clear. "Our scans show your world has achieved basic space flight and energy manipulation. However, we detect unusual energy patterns we cannot explain. You will share all your technological developments with the Empire." Dr. Reed, sitting quietly in the back, smiled slightly. Their quantum technology was so advanced that the Empire's sensors could only detect its edges, like seeing the shadow of something without understanding what cast it. "Of course, Ambassador," the President replied smoothly. "But surely you'll understand if we need time to prepare our research data. Our filing systems are primitive compared to yours." "You have one standard week," the ambassador declared. "The Empire is generous, but we do not tolerate delays." As the meeting continued, General Baker received an urgent message on his quantum-encrypted device. The Empire was already trying to hack Earth's computer networks. Their attempts were like sledgehammers against quantum-reinforced walls, obvious and ineffective. The ambassador continued his speech about the Empire's greatness, unaware that his own ship's systems were being thoroughly mapped by Earth's AI defense network. Every weapon, every weakness, every technological secret was being cataloged and analyzed. "Your world will benefit greatly from Imperial rule," the ambassador said. "Your primitive weapons and defenses would be useless against any serious threat. The Empire's protection is essential for your survival." Dr. Reed caught Admiral Marcus's eye across the room. Both knew the truth. Earth's primitive quantum shields could probably withstand the Empire's strongest weapons. The Empire's energy-based weapons were impressive but predictable. Earth's quantum technology operated on principles the Empire hadn't even discovered. "We do have one small concern," the ambassador added, his tone growing sharper. "Our scans show unusual computational activities across your planet. You will cease these immediately. Primitive worlds are not allowed advanced AI systems." The room grew tense. Earth's AI network was their greatest achievement, quantum computers running intelligent systems far beyond what the Empire could imagine. The ambassador had sensed something but didn't understand what he was detecting. "Just our basic defense computers," General Baker said quickly. "We'll power them down immediately." The ambassador seemed satisfied, not realizing that Earth's quantum AI network was completely invisible to their scans. What he detected was just the conventional computer systems running as a cover. After the meeting, Earth's leaders gathered in their secure quantum-shielded chamber. "They're arrogant," Admiral Marcus observed. "They think their technology is the only possible path of advancement. They can't even conceive that we might have developed something different." "Their mistake," Dr. Reed replied. "While they were mastering space travel, we focused on quantum mechanics and AI. They went wide, we went deep." The president looked at the holographic display showing the Imperial fleet. "How long before they realize what we really have?" "They won't," Dr. Reed said confidently. Not until it's too late. Their sensors can't detect quantum systems. It's like trying to read a book with radar. General Baker nodded grimly. Then we keep playing weak. Let them think they're in control while we prepare. As the leaders dispersed, Earth's quantum network continued its silent work, mapping every Imperial system, finding every weakness. The Empire thought they were dealing with a primitive world ready for conquest. They were wrong. Earth had been preparing for this moment for decades, and the Empire was about to learn just how advanced humanity really was. The Imperial ships descended on Mars like giant metal insects, establishing their base with mechanical precision. From Earth, the construction looked like a spreading silver stain on the red planet's surface. The Empire had chosen Mars as their local headquarters, believing Earth too primitive to understand the significance of this strategic position. In the underground Quantum Command Center beneath the Rocky Mountains, Admiral Marcus watched the Imperial construction through quantum-enhanced telescopes. "They're building exactly where we predicted," he said to Dr. Reed, who was monitoring energy readings from the Mars base. "And they haven't detected any of our quantum satellites," she replied, her fingers dancing across the holographic controls. "Our stealth technology is working perfectly." Earth's surrender had been carefully staged. The world leaders had signed the Empire's integration documents with appropriately humble ceremonies. News channels showed carefully selected footage of humans marveling at Imperial technology. Everything looked perfect on the surface. Below ground, however, Earth was humming with activity. In hidden facilities across the planet, quantum AI systems were learning and adapting. Every piece of Imperial technology they could scan was analyzed, every transmission decoded. The Empire's overconfidence made them careless with their security. "Look at this," Dr. Reed pointed to a new data stream. "They're using their standard encryption for everything. They don't even consider that we might be able to break it." The quantum computers had cracked the Imperial codes within hours. Now they could read every transmission, understand every order, and predict every move. The Empire's entire command structure was becoming transparent to Earth's silent observers. In orbit, Earth's conventional satellites maintained their regular patterns. Hidden among them, quantum-powered stealth platforms watched the Imperial ships. The Empire's sensors saw only what Earth wanted them to see, an obedient planet preparing for integration. General Baker entered the command center with urgent news. "The ambassador is demanding access to our major military installations, says it's standard procedure for new worlds." "Perfect." Admiral Marcus smiled. "They'll see exactly what we prepared for them." The military bases above ground had been carefully staged. Old tanks, conventional aircraft, and basic missile systems were prominently displayed. The real weapons, quantum phase cannons, AI-guided defense systems, and molecular disruptors, remained hidden in underground bunkers, shielded from Imperial scans. Meanwhile, the Empire continued building their Mars base, unaware that every component they installed was being analyzed and countermeasured by Earth's quantum systems. Their own technology was becoming a weapon against them. They'd started installing their planetary control systems, Dr. Reed reported, studying the latest scans. "Standard Imperial protocol. They're putting in their usual command and control infrastructure." "And our countermeasures?" Admiral Marcus asked. "Ready and waiting. The moment they try to activate their control systems, our quantum interface will redirect everything through our networks. They'll think they're in control, but we'll be pulling all the strings." The president joined them later that day for the daily briefing. The underground chamber hummed with the soft sound of quantum processors working at speeds the Empire couldn't imagine. "Our population is getting restless," the president noted. "It's hard for them to keep playing weak." "Just a little longer," General Baker assured her. "The Empire needs to commit more resources, bring in more ships. We want them fully invested before they realize their mistake." On the main display, they watched Imperial ships moving between Earth and Mars. Each ship was tagged and tracked by quantum sensors, its weaknesses cataloged, its patterns analyzed. Earth's AI systems were learning, adapting, preparing for the moment when humanity would reveal its true strength. The ambassador has requested a progress report on our technology sharing, the president said. I've prepared some outdated research data on conventional energy systems. Perfect. Dr. Reed nodded. Let them think we're struggling with basic physics while our quantum network maps their entire fleet. As night fell over the command center, Earth's hidden defenses continued their silent work. The Empire thought they were watching Earth, but Earth was watching them far more closely. Every day of apparent submission brought humanity closer to its ultimate goal. The Empire had no idea they weren't conquering Earth. They were walking into the most sophisticated trap in human history. The Imperial control system activated with a surge of power that lit up every sensor in Earth's quantum network. From their Mars base, the Empire began their standard planetary integration procedure, expecting Earth's infrastructure to fall quickly under their control. Nothing happened. In the Quantum Command Center, Dr. Reed watched with satisfaction as the Imperial signals hit Earth's hidden defenses and dissolved into harmless noise. They're trying to force their way through, she reported. They've increased power by 300%. Admiral Marcus stood behind her, watching the data streams. Let them waste their energy. Every attempt teaches our eye more about their systems. The ambassador's message arrived exactly as they had predicted. His usually calm face showed the first signs of strain. There seems to be some technical difficulty with the integration process. Your primitive systems must be causing interference. We require direct access to your main power grids. Of course, Ambassador, the president replied smoothly. We'll have our engineers work on it right away. The moment the transmission ended, General Baker rushed in. They're sending ships into low Earth orbit. 3 destroyers moving into position over our major cities. Right on schedule, Admiral Marcus nodded. Time to show them our first card. Dr. Reed's fingers flew across the quantum interface, activating Defense Pattern Alpha. Quantum shields at 20%, just enough to make them notice. The Imperial ships moved to position themselves over New York, Beijing, and London. As they began powering up their weapons systems, Earth's quantum shield flickered into partial visibility, a slight distortion in the air that their sensors couldn't quite understand. The first Imperial ship fired a warning shot at London. The energy beam hit the quantum shield and simply vanished, converted into harmless light that rippled across the sky like an aurora. In the Mars base, alarms blared. The Empire had never seen their weapons fail so completely. The destroyers fired again, this time at full power. The quantum shields absorbed the attacks without strain, while Earth's AI systems recorded and analyzed every aspect of the Imperial weapons. The ambassador is calling again, the president announced. He looks quite upset. This time, the ambassador's diplomatic facade had cracked. What technology is this? Your planetary defenses were supposed to be primitive. We're as surprised as you are, the president replied calmly. Perhaps there's something in our atmosphere that interferes with your weapons. The Imperial ships retreated to a higher orbit, their sensors frantically scanning Earth's defensive barrier. But the quantum shield operated on principles they couldn't detect, using physics they didn't understand. In the command center, Dr. Reed monitored the shield's power levels. They're bringing in reinforcements from Mars. 6 more destroyers and what looks like a heavy cruiser. Time for Phase 2, Admiral Marcus ordered. Let's show them what happens when they try to hack our systems. Earth's quantum AI network, which had been passively watching until now, sprang into action. It slipped through the Imperial ship's standard defenses like they weren't even there. Suddenly, warning lights flashed across the Imperial fleet as system after system began failing. Their weapons are offline, General Baker reported, watching the tactical display. Life support and artificial gravity are still running. We're not monsters, but everything else is under our control. The Imperial ships hung in orbit, powerless and confused. Centuries of galactic conquest hadn't prepared them for this. Their most powerful weapons were useless. Their advanced computers had been effortlessly hacked, and their sensors couldn't even explain what was happening. The ambassador's final transmission of the day was brief. The Empire does not take kindly to deception. You will regret this resistance. After he signed off, the president turned to her advisors. How long until their main fleet arrives? Based on their communications, 3 days, Dr. Reed answered. They're calling in everything they have in this sector. Admiral Marcus smiled grimly. Good. Let them come. Every ship they send is another ship that will learn not to threaten Earth. As night fell, the disabled Imperial ships retreated to Mars, their crews shaken and confused. They had come expecting an easy conquest of a primitive world. Instead, they had found something they'd never encountered before, a civilization that had developed in a completely different direction and had been waiting for them. The real war was about to begin. The Imperial main fleet arrived with enough ships to blot out the stars. 10,000 vessels, from massive dreadnoughts to swarms of fighters, emerged from faster-than-light travel in perfect attack formation. The Empire had never failed to conquer a world, and they weren't about to start now. In Earth's Quantum Command Center, the holographic display showed the incoming fleet as a cloud of red dots. Admiral Marcus stood calmly as others rushed around him. Status of our quantum defenses. 100% ready. Dr. Reed replied from her station. The AI has analyzed every bit of data from the first battle. We know exactly how their weapons work now. The Imperial fleet's first transmission was short. Surrender immediately or be destroyed. Earth's response was even shorter. No. The Empire attacked with everything they had. Energy beams, plasma torpedoes, and exotic weapons lit up space like a new sun. The quantum shields absorbed it all, converting the energy into power for Earth's defense systems. Each attack made Earth stronger. They're trying to overload the shields, Dr. Reed reported. Current power level at 2% and rising. We could run the whole planet for a year on this energy. The Imperial Admiral, watching his fleet's most powerful weapons dissolve harmlessly against Earth's defenses, ordered their secret weapon deployed. A massive ship moved forward, carrying a device that could crack planets. Now, ordered Admiral Marcus. Dr. Reed activated Earth's counterattack. Quantum beams, invisible to Imperial sensors until the moment of impact, lanced out from hidden platforms around Earth. The beams passed through the Imperial shields like they weren't there, targeting the ship's key systems with surgical precision. Their propulsion systems are down, General Baker announced. Weapons offline. They're dead in space. The Imperial fleet, the most powerful armada in the galaxy, hung motionless in space. Their mighty engines, their unstoppable weapons, all rendered useless by technology they couldn't even detect. But Earth wasn't finished. The quantum AI network, which had been gathering data on Imperial technology for weeks, now struck at their computers. Ships began moving against their commander's orders, turning to face each other instead of Earth. We have control of 60% of their fleet, Dr. Reed reported. Their encryption is falling faster than they can change it. The Imperial Admiral watched in horror as his fleet divided itself in two, with the controlled ships forming a barrier between Earth and the remaining Imperial forces. The Empire's own weapons were now pointed at them. They're sending another transmission, the President announced. The Imperial Admiral appeared on screen, his face a mask of rage and disbelief. This is impossible. No primitive world could defeat the Imperial fleet. We're not primitive, the President replied calmly. We just developed differently. While you mastered the stars, we mastered quantum physics. While you built bigger ships, we built smarter systems. The Empire does not negotiate with. The transmission cut off as Earth's quantum systems disabled their communication array. In space, more Imperial ships fell under Earth's control with each passing minute. They're preparing to retreat, General Baker reported. The remaining ships are powering up their faster-than-light drives. Let them go, Admiral Marcus ordered. Let them tell the Empire what happened here. The Imperial ships fled, leaving behind their captured companions. Earth now controlled more than half of what had been the most powerful fleet in this sector of the galaxy. In the aftermath, Dr. Reed studied the data from the battle. Their technology is impressive in its way, she admitted. Just predictable. They'd been the strongest for so long, they stopped looking for new ways to do things. Their mistake, the president said. And now they know it. General Baker looked at the quantum display, showing the captured Imperial ships. What do we do with these? Study them. Admiral Marcus replied. Learn everything we can, because the Empire will be back, and next time they'll be desperate. And desperate enemies are the most dangerous kind. As the Earth's leaders planned their next moves, the quantum AI network continued its work, integrating the captured Imperial technology with Earth's systems. The Empire had wanted Earth's submission, but instead they had given humanity the keys to the stars. The real war was just beginning, and Earth was ready. The Emperor himself led the final assault on Earth. The Imperial capital ships emerged from hyperspace in waves, 50,000 vessels strong, carrying enough firepower to destroy a solar system. Their golden command ship, larger than anything humanity had ever seen, took position at the front of the formation. Your defiance ends today. The Emperor's message boomed across all frequencies. The Empire has ruled for 10,000 years. We will not be stopped by one primitive world. In Earth's Quantum Command Center, now expanded to handle the massive battle ahead, Admiral Marcus watched the enemy fleet's arrival. They'd brought their entire core fleet, he noted, just as we hoped. Dr. Reed's quantum scanners analyzed the Imperial Armada. Their technology has changed, she reported. They've modified their shields and weapons. They're learning. But not fast enough. General Baker added, studying the tactical display. Our quantum AI has already adapted to their modifications. The Emperor's attack began with a weapon designed to destroy Earth's quantum shields, a device that had taken the Empire's best scientists months to create. The massive energy beam struck Earth's defenses, and for a moment, the shields flickered. Shield status, Admiral Marcus demanded. Holding steady, Dr. Reed replied with a smile. The AI absorbed their attack pattern and strengthened the shields against it. Each shot will only make us stronger. The Emperor, watching his supreme weapon fail, ordered the full assault. The Imperial fleet fired everything they had, their combined weapons turning space itself into fire. Earth's quantum shields bent and twisted under the assault, but never broke. Then humanity revealed their final surprise. Launch the quantum drones, Admiral Marcus ordered. From hidden bases across the solar system, millions of small, quantum-powered drones emerge. Too small for Imperial sensors to detect, each carried Earth's most advanced AI systems. They swarmed through the Imperial fleet like invisible ghosts, passing through shields and hulls as if they weren't there. Drone infiltration complete, Dr. Reed announced. Beginning system override. The Empire's mighty fleet went dark. Ship after ship lost power as the quantum drones rewrote their core systems. The Imperial crews found themselves trapped in ships they no longer controlled. The Emperor's golden command ship alone remained operational, protected by technologies even Earth's quantum systems needed time to crack. Your resistance is futile, the Emperor declared. The Empire cannot be defeated. We will destroy this entire system if necessary. The President's response was calm. Look around you, Emperor. Your fleet is gone. Your power is broken. And now, the rest of the galaxy is watching. She was right. The quantum AI network had broadcast the entire battle across the Empire's own communication channels. Every subjugated world, every enslaved species, had witnessed Earth, a primitive world, defeat the supposedly invincible Imperial fleet. Reports began flooding in. Rebellions had broken out across the Empire. Other worlds, inspired by Earth's resistance, were rising up against their Imperial overlords. The quantum network is detecting thousands of distress calls from Imperial worlds, Dr. Reed reported. Their entire power structure is collapsing. The Emperor's next transmission showed real fear for the first time. "What do you want?" "Your unconditional surrender," the president replied. "The Empire's time is over. A new age is beginning." In a final, desperate move, the Emperor's ship tried to flee. But Earth's quantum drones had already infiltrated its systems. The mighty vessel, symbol of imperial power for millennia, hung helpless in space. "The Emperor's ship is secure," General Baker announced. "All enemy forces are under our control." Admiral Marcus looked at the tactical display, showing the entire Imperial fleet now under Earth's command. "Send the message to all Imperial worlds. Tell them they're free." The quantum AI network transmitted the news of the Empire's fall across the galaxy. Celebrations erupted on thousands of worlds as ancient bonds of tyranny were broken. In the command center, Dr. Reed studied the readings from the captured Imperial ships. "Their technology will help us understand the galaxy better," she said. "Combined with our quantum systems, we can build something new, something better." The president nodded. The Empire ruled through fear and force. Earth will help build a galaxy based on cooperation and freedom. As the sun rose over Earth the next day, humanity had changed from a single isolated world to the most powerful force in the galaxy. The Empire's fall marked the beginning of a new era, one where Earth would help guide the galaxy toward a brighter future. But first, they had a lot of work to do. 3 months after the Empire's fall, representatives from 1,000 worlds gathered in Earth's new Galactic Assembly. The massive structure, built with a combination of Earth's quantum technology and imperial engineering, floated in orbit above the planet that had changed everything. Admiral Marcus stood at a window in the assembly hall, watching ships from across the galaxy arrive through quantum-enhanced space lanes. "Hard to believe just a few months ago, we thought we were alone in the universe. And now we're helping rebuild it," Dr. Reed replied, checking data on her quantum pad. "The AI network has already helped 50 former Imperial worlds upgrade their technology. More request our help every day." The assembly chamber filled with beings of all shapes and sizes. Some floated, some crawled, some walked on various numbers of legs. All had been Imperial subjects. Now they were equals in the new galactic community. The President of Earth took the podium, her voice translated instantly by quantum systems into 1,000 languages. "Welcome to the first Galactic Assembly of Free Worlds. Earth pledges to share its technology and knowledge with all peaceful worlds." The former emperor, now stripped of power but allowed to represent his homeworld as an equal, watched from his seat. He had finally understood why Earth had succeeded where his empire had failed. The Empire had forced worlds to submit. Earth invited them to grow. "The quantum network is evolving faster than ever," Dr. Reed told General Baker as they watched the proceedings. "Learning from all these different civilizations, combining their knowledge with ours. We're making discoveries daily that the Empire never imagined possible." The first order of business was dismantling the Empire's oppressive systems. Earth's quantum AI helped track and disable hidden Imperial weapons and control centers. Worlds that had been stripped of resources received aid and technology to rebuild. "The Imperial shipyards have been converted," General Baker reported. "They're producing quantum-enhanced ships now. Every world will have its own defense fleet, controlled by their own AI systems." The former Imperial worlds were learning quickly. Earth's quantum technology, combined with each civilization's unique knowledge, created new innovations. The galaxy was advancing faster than ever before. "We've detected no resistance from remaining Imperial forces," Admiral Marcus noted. "The quantum network keeps the peace better than the Empire's fleets ever did." The President joined them after her speech. "The Assembly has approved the new charter. Every world will have an equal voice. Earth will help protect them while they develop their own quantum defenses." In space, the captured Imperial fleet was being rebuilt. Quantum systems replaced the old Imperial technology. The ships would serve as a peacekeeping force, ensuring no new empire could rise to threaten freedom. Dr. Reed's quantum sensors detected something interesting. The AI network has found ancient records in imperial databases. There are unexplored regions of the galaxy, places even the Empire never reached. New worlds to discover. Peaceful exploration this time, Admiral Marcus said. No more conquests. The assembly's first day ended with a celebration. Ships from 1,000 worlds lit up Earth's orbit with displays of their cultural traditions. The quantum network translated every song, every story, every greeting. In the Quantum Command Center, now serving as a teaching facility for other worlds, Dr. Reed watched the galactic data streams. Every world brings new ideas, new ways of thinking. Together, we're building something unprecedented. The Empire ruled for 10,000 years, General Baker mused. How long will this new era last? As long as we remember what matters, the President replied. The Empire failed because it tried to control everything. We succeed because we help others grow strong. Admiral Marcus looked at a quantum projection of the galaxy, showing the spreading network of free worlds. We thought we were defending Earth from the Empire. Instead, we ended up freeing the galaxy. As the celebration continued above, Earth's quantum network kept its silent watch. But now it was part of something larger. A growing web of connected worlds, each contributing their knowledge and culture to a new galactic civilization. The Empire had wanted to make Earth submit. Instead, Earth had shown the galaxy a new way forward. Not through conquest, but through cooperation. Not through force, but through freedom. The stars had never seemed brighter. The end.